Hi there. Before we get into today's exercise, I want to show you some more examples of what I call structural isometrics. You see, I'm doing a basic martial arts punch here, but it's not very basic. It's quite difficult what I'm doing. I'm locking up my whole body into a good structure and holding that structure with isometric tension. Then I'm using that structure to bounce a strike through into the bag. You see, the bag is moving, but I'm not moving, and it's a heavy bag, 70 kilograms, nearly my own body weight. But I'm not using much strength. I'm using maybe 10% power, so it's very efficient. And here what I'm doing is moving with great tension in the joints. So this is dynamic structural isometrics. And I'm generating clicks in the bones. The bones are moving, and this becomes a strike. You can see here, I drive a pressure wave through the bones and get a click in the joints as I strike. So this is very powerful. This is an internal power strike, a pressure wave through the structure. So this is body efficiency training, and we're working on exercise number 3, bamboo swaying in the wind. This is intermediate level. But let's start here at the beginner level again. This is a beginner level. We're holding this isometric tension, this structural isometrics, to hold our structure nice and tall. And then I'm just falling backwards and falling forwards and trying to catch myself by locking into this structure. I'm using the whole body structure to lock up and keep my balance, stop myself from falling. So I'm like a bamboo swaying in the wind. And I'm going to use everything, right from the feet, through the legs, the hips, the belly, the rib cage, the shoulders, and even the head. I'm stretching up nice and tall. So now let's work on the intermediate level. Let's start by twisting left and right. This is exercise number 1, beginner level, very important, the most efficient exercise that I think we've got. And we're also looking for a nice vertical alignment in the spine and twisting left and right to stretch out the whole body. So now we come to the intermediate level. We drop down into a horse riding stance, or a slightly frog-legged stance. Hold the arms up about shoulder level, as relaxed as possible, loose hands, but lift the rib cage and the shoulders up a bit and arch slightly back, but keep the belly pulled in. You've got to work the TA muscle and the obliques. You're always holding the belly in. Now what you do is rock forward and backwards, so you're falling backwards and falling forwards, and you're trying to catch yourself. Now the way you do it, as you fall backwards, you use your upper body to lean back, like you're leaning back in a sofa. You're arching back to lean back in a sofa. But as you start to fall down, what you have to do is pull yourself down, pull your bottom down and stick your bottom backwards like you're going to sit on a chair. So your lower body is sitting on a chair, but your upper body is leaning back in a sofa. And you're using the waistline to keep that whole thing tight and strong. And you might have noticed I've tucked my socks in at the back of my trousers and forgotten, but don't be distracted. So the secret is I fall back like I'm leaning back in a sofa with the rib cage and the shoulders, and as I start to fall back, I pull myself down, pull the bottom down like I'm trying to sit on a chair, and I've got to pull the belly in tight to stop myself going any further back. I don't want to collapse the lumbar as I fall back. I've got to pull in the waistline tight, pull the glutes down, pull the hips down, project the hips backwards like I'm sitting on a chair. I'm also pulling down with the legs. I've got to pull down with the hamstring and the back of the knee and grip with the toes. So as I fall back, the upper body leans back. As I start to fall, I pull myself down like I'm going to sit on a chair, and this will stop you falling backwards. And the feet have also got to do a lot of work. You see, when you fall forward, your weight goes into the toes, so you've got to push your toes into the ground and try and push your heels back. And as you fall back, you've got to grip your toes into the ground, use the toes and the arch of the foot to pull yourself forward. You've got to use the front of the shin bone to pull yourself forward at the ankle lever. You're also using the lever of the ankle. Both ways, you're using the calf muscle at the back and the muscle in the front of the shin bone to grip yourself and stop yourself, grip yourself to the floor, stop yourself falling over. So remember, the key is the upper body leans back in a sofa. It's kind of relaxed. But as you start to fall back, you sit your lower body down in a chair. You pull your bottom down, pull your legs down, project your hips backwards, pull your belly in tight to stop your lumbar arching any further, and sit down in a chair, and this will stop you falling over. And at the end, always relax out, do this twisting exercise, make sure you've got no residual tension left. Nice, relaxed, and keep that good alignment, that center of gravity. You're finding your center of gravity, and try and keep that center of gravity feeling throughout the rest of the day. Okay, I hope this made sense. Check out the exercises number 1 and exercise number 2, and also the beginner level of this exercise number 3. Okay, thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.